The year was 2007. I still had no 360 or PS3, and my PC was as basic as they come. I was still enjoying the previous generation of games and consoles, loving life, not even interested in the next gen of games. Until I saw a trailer. It didn't even have any gameplay footage. It depicted a man trying to survive an underwater city against a giant man in a diving suit. I had to have this game. So after some begging, some stealing, and whoring myself out, I got myself a 360. This trailer fueled me to get a 360, and once I got this game, it easily became one of my all-time favourites. My name is Ian, and today on To-Do List, we're looking at Bioshock. So our story starts with our main protagonist, Jack, sat on a plane talking about how his family always said he's meant for great things. After which it all goes black and you're awake in the middle of the ocean amongst the debris of your plane. During which you notice a lighthouse filled with statues and plaques which make no sense at this time. Now once you enter the bathysphere and begin your descent, you now see the beautiful world of Rapture, showing a giant shining underwater city, surrounded with an abundance of aquatic life and crystal clear water. Now, whilst you take in the wealth of views, we have a commentary from Andrew Ryan, the builder and inventor of Rapture, taking us through why he built this city and how the world benefits anyone who wants to work, develop or research anything without worrying about government, religion or social structure interfering in their science or industry. A large discovery was made in Rapture, a substance called Adam, which allows the user to genetically engineer themselves, to be taller, stronger, smarter, and to have almost magical abilities. Everyone was doing it, which gave them the name Splicers. While on paper this sounds great, the new science and industry this world could present must be outstanding. But all is not as it seems. As you resurface, the world appears to be a little darker than advertised. It seems there's been a rather large revolution or war which has left the city on its last legs. Leaking and dilapidated, it's now your job to not only survive the deranged residents of this city, but also the city itself. Upon arrival, you instantly meet a helpful chap called Atlas, and with his connections and knowledge of Rapture, his job is to get you and him out alive. And this begins our adventure. Rapture itself is awesome, and I mean that in the original sense as it leaves you in awe. An underwater Eden, with early 1900s decor with all the necessities a growing city needs. Or at least needed. From theatre districts with glowing neon signs to burning orange industrial steam engines, the world has been carefully crafted, from the areas themselves to the colours used, the eerie blues and greens shooting through the windows, leading you to see the tranquil ocean which fill you with calm, in contrast with the dark, barely lit hallways which put you on edge. When there is traditional lighting, it's usually flickering and barely functioning. There is a duality that gets played in the game, from the beautiful ruins and calming ocean to the death of the inhabitants and slow decay of life here. It is really beautiful to see and experience as you walk its halls. Now one of the early levels also tries to focus on innate fears of some people. We have hospitals, dental offices and chapels of rest, with jump scares and traps around every corner. The environments feel so carefully crafted, maximising fear, battle and reward, meaning there is a massive reward in exploring, going off the beaten track and investigating rooms to get weapons, ammo, health packs, Eve, tonics and plasmids. It ultimately makes you stronger by seeing more of this world, and I love that. The sound design of this game also has a duality, from upbeat classics which can be heard from the derelict gramophones, blasting hits from the likes of the Andrews Sisters, Bobby Darin, Patti Page and Frank Sinatra, to creepy violin strings and piano notes reminiscent of droplets of water or rushed footsteps sneaking behind you. It's the icing on the cake that completes the design of this world, a combination of new and old fighting against each other in this abandoned city. Another nice little piece of sound design we have in this game is that you can sometimes hear the enemies whistling these old classics. Now we have the inmates of this crazy prison. Splicers have genetically altered themselves beyond recognition into monstrous abominations, craving Adam to splice themselves even further. They wander the halls attacking anyone they see, whilst brandishing clubs, firearms and plasmids. Some even climb the roofs to sneak up on you and attack you acrobatically. Madness has overtaken them, and there's not much humanity left. As Atlas says early in the game, the security works for Ryan. Old automated cameras and turrets scattered throughout shoot you on sight, but luckily these can be hacked to help you along the way. Hacking brings up a minigame where you have to move tiles around a board to guide a blue liquid from point A to point B. It's fun, and even if you fail you only lose a little health, and you can attempt again. And then there's the flagship enemy of the series, and the big boss for each floor, the Big Daddy. These heavy brutes use industrial tools as weapons, including drills and rivet guns. Their job in Rapture is to protect the little sisters while they gather Adam, and to make sure no one goes near them. They have a close relationship resembling a father and a daughter. They were programmed this way so the Big Daddy will aggressively defend their little one, and the little sister will run to their Big Daddy if ever in danger. Walking close to one of these bad boys whilst they have a little sister makes them instantly hostile, and they'll keep the big red eye on you until you walk away. These giant opponents have a ton of health and are tough to take down. It's usually best to set traps and to use the security turrets and cameras against it while you pick it off from a distance. Because if they charge at you, you've got a battle on your hands, and you're going to lose a ton of health. Your reward would be the Adam the little sister has gathered, allowing you to purchase genetic upgrades. And with this comes the biggest moral decision of the game. The little sisters are some of the last innocents in the city. They don't wish to hurt anyone. They've just been programmed with a job to collect Adam, which always puts them in harm's way. When you meet them, you're presented with a choice. Save them, remove the Adam from them, keeping them alive, or kill them. Take more Adam, but kill the girl in the process. So it ultimately comes down to, will you be their saviour, or just become another brutal cog of Rapture? First-person shooters need to have tight and responsive controls, and Bioshock delivers, allowing you to switch easily between your weapons and plasmids, letting you quickly bring the hurt to anyone who dares to get in your way. With swift movement and smooth gameplay, it is a solid and enjoyable experience. Now when it comes to defending yourself from the horrors of Rapture, there is a large variety of weapons to choose from. A 6-shot revolver allowing slow but precise fire, a 4-shot pump-action shotgun allowing for a wide spread at close range, a gangster-style Tommy gun allowing to give a spray of suppressing fire, a grenade launcher providing high explosive damage over a large area, a chemical thrower which projects napalm over your opponents, a crossbow which acts as your sniper rifle with long-range insta-kill capabilities, and finally, my favourite, the wrench, your close-range weapon, and once upgraded with some tonics, does some insane damage to most enemies. Also, later in the game, you receive the research camera. Taking pictures of different types of enemies and security will unlock buffs and plasmids to use, giving you more advantages in battle. Helpful hint, you can take more than one photo of an enemy, giving you more points. And even if you kill an enemy, you can still get a cheeky snap. One good thing about all these weapons as well is they have multiple different ammo types, increasing your effectiveness against certain foes. Now, it's not just your enemies that can genetically splice and engineer themselves into magical killing machines. You can too. Throughout the games you'll come across Gatherer's Gardens, which sell you plasmids, which give you special abilities at the cost of gathered Adam. We have Electro Bolt, which fires lightning, disabling your enemies and security, and if fired at water will shock all those in it. Incinerate lights your opponents and oil spills on fire. Insect Swarm allows you to spray bees from your palms, which give low constant damage but distract your opponents. Telekinesis captures objects mid-air and fires them back. Winter Blast freezes enemies in place, allowing you to smash them. And Sonic Boom pushes anyone in front of you and causes heavy damage as they smash into walls. And that's only about half of what's available. There are also these things called Power to the People stations, which are hidden throughout the game. These allow you to upgrade your weapons with steampunk looking add-ons, which increase strength, ammo capacity, and random improvements which enhance the efficiency of the weapon. They'll sometimes take some finding, so keep your eyes peeled if you want them. As a storytelling device, we also have scattered throughout Rapture audio logs. These audio diaries give a preserved time capsule of the world of Rapture before the fall. people's lives, jobs and opinions, giving you an in-depth look at the story of this world. They also give you hints and tips for the levels, key codes, weapon caches, ammo dumps, giving you the information you need to survive the constant onslaughts of Rapture. And this is a great method of storytelling, as it's not thrown down the player's throat. It eases you in gently, giving this horror setting a more humanised feel. What is now a world full of empty halls and abandoned shops was once happily inhabited, and these diaries allow you to see that. I recently played the PS4 HD version, which includes a museum of concept art and 3D models, which they didn't use in the game, and it gives you a fuller experience knowing the way this game evolved and developed. At one point, this game was set in an abandoned Nazi laboratory, so it's good to see how far it's come. Overall, I love this game. It's a great action shooter with puzzle elements, with a world and story that is truly breathtaking. It guides you to explore an amazing world, which makes you want to look around every corner and investigate every mystery. You want to get all the audio logs to understand the world in even greater depth. You want to find all weapons and plasmids, not only to give you more of a fighting chance, but because it's so fun to use them. When the game ends, you almost want to go back through Rapture, just to see what else there is. It is a fully fleshed out game that leaves you both satisfied and wanting more. It makes me want to replay it just by talking about it, which is a wonderful feeling. I platinumed this game. Every achievement, every upgrade, all areas explored, because I love this game, and I don't think I should be here giving it such a glowing review if I hadn't have done so. Which is why on to-do list, I strongly recommend you pop this bad boy very high on your list. It is a must play that has aged very well, and I would recommend to anyone. Thank you very much for watching this video. It's one of my first videos, so it's a bit rough around the edges, but I hope you enjoyed it. If you like what you saw today, then please give it a like, and if you want to see more, then please subscribe. Bye everyone.